Hi, my name's Liz Scarf, and this is another little video in my collaborative learning for cultural repair exploration. And this is I'm going to say, I don't know if this is going to work out like this, right? But I'm going to say this is the first of 5 videos in a series on the 5 steps of how to do cultural repair. Now, that whole premise is completely ridiculous, but there's something fun about it as well. It's ridiculous because cultural repair is such an amorphous idea, it's such a subjective idea. There isn't like a way to do it, right? There's an exploration that we can have together about it. And there's something fun about saying, hey, I think there's like this, and this, and that these things are really important. And they're really a basis of a conversation rather than like, here's literally the steps. And I'm going to talk about them as steps, and I'm going to do one per video, because then the videos are too long otherwise. But also I want to kind of say that I don't think it's linear. I don't think it's like you follow these steps in this direction. But we will start at the start, which is like, I would say constantly do this. One of the things I think is important in cultural repair is really understanding the nature of the wound. Like, what is it that you think is broken or not working or dysfunctional or needs changing in your culture? And I, of course, come from white, Western, Anglo-European culture, and my focus on cultural repair is about that culture, because that's my culture. That's my business, to work on repair and regeneration within a Western culture. And so for me, understanding the nature of the wounding of Western culture, how do I perceive or analyse or experience and think that it has like issues, and not that I can necessarily do something about all of them, but there's going to be things that I'm particularly called to try to work on. So, and you might, if you're from the same culture, right, you might have a different analysis to me or a different feeling or understanding about the nature of the wounds, right? And that's okay. I think the diversity is strength, right? So here's my idea though. For me, kind of at the root of a lot of Western cultural issues is a loss of connection with nature, basically. It's forgetting that we are like part of a deeply interdependent and interconnected ecology, that we are animals in an ecological system, and as part of that, we've forgotten that you shouldn't shit in your own backyard. And I think we do a lot of that in this culture. We don't really have much of there's quite a failure of consequence-based thinking of what happens when you shit in your own backyard, and that resources are kind of finite, and you can't just keep throwing rubbish in a corner and not expect it to become a bit of a problem. I say that as like a metaphor, right? And so I think, at some point Earth became a thing, a resource. We forgot that it was our home and that it was a place that we couldn't survive or exist without. Like, we are just radically dependent and interdependent with the planet. And then, of course, that we replicate that pattern with our own bodies, right? We see the same thing. The body and the earth, it's the same. We can't survive without our bodies. Well, there is no we that's different to the body, but we treat our bodies as if they're something separate, and as if we can transcend our biological realities, right? As if we can eat crap, we can not move, we can not get enough sleep, we can fail to socialize, all the things that a body actually kind of really just needs for basic functioning. We somehow think that our very big brains and intellect is enough to be able to transcend that. And I think the same pattern with the planet, right? So I think this is like a core rupture in Western culture. And, happy to debate that. That's, I'm not necessarily attached to the idea. My point is what is your kind of sense of a core wound in whatever culture it is that you kind of want to be doing regenerative and reparative work in? Because my analysis certainly dictates what I think cultural repair looks like. It's going to be a lot about connection in a lot of different ways, because I think disconnection is like at the root. So my next videos are going to be related to that, right? But I guess in this video, first step is, what is your analysis of the cultural wounding in the culture that you're kind of wanting to you know, sort of make a contribution to repairs and regeneration and getting clear on that. And not that you have to stay fixed with that position, right? You know, in 6 months' time, my position on this might be really different. It's absolutely okay and really healthy for that to evolve over time. To either, it could change dramatically. It's more likely just to get more nuanced and go deeper over time. But that is what I want to call, very cheekily, step one in how to repair a culture.